blood choke in the first round.
Come on,
Joe
bruh.
had Keith in the headlock, but Keith
Oh
was able to
my
slip out of
God.
it due to the horrendous groin shock Joe had been.
He is, yo.
Doesn't just watching this make you guys want to wince just a little bit?
Yes.
Man, that feels
It's
so
good. Dark Knight gang in this thing. Gang. Today I'm about to do a video. Hold on. There we go. Today I'm about to do a video from Fight Focus. This one right here is titled The Top 10 Dirtiest MMA Fighters of All Time. Y'all requested it. Don't trip, you not got y'all. We about to see some dirty fighters, some dudes that be grabbing your nuts and stuff. This is about to be a fire video, man. Shout out to the gang. I'm ready to hop on into this. Listen, before I do, you already know. Go after all your goals and dreams. We only got one life to live. Whatever you feel like you're passionate about, even if you don't have any passions, bro, just make a decision and do it. We got one life to live. That's why I'm trying to really get in great shape. That's why I be having sex with random thotties, you feel me? Like, bro, we have one life to live. Enjoy your life. Live your life however you want to live your life. That's what I'm really trying to just impart that upon you guys so you guys can see, oh, Brandon is living exactly how he said he wants to live. He make music. He make YouTube videos. He be doing this. He be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm living exactly how I want to live, and I want you guys to do it as well. I don't care if you this super religious guy. That's completely fine. Just live your life how you want to live your life. Be happy. Life can be beautiful if you make it. You feel me? But anyway, we're about to hop into this video. Shout out to the gang. Y'all know I mess with y'all heavy. Let's go.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to Fight Focus. And for today's video, we will be covering the top 10 dirtiest MMA fighters of all time. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and comment what video you want to see next. Let's get to it. Some fighters rely on their training and coaches for their fights, or some even on their talents. But there are some that decide to bend the rules to their whim. This comes down to eye pokes, sucker punches, and even uses of prohibited drugs. These are some of the dirtiest fighters in MMA history. Number 10, Bobby Green. Bobby Ray Green is a former UFC fighter in the lightweight category. He is the former king of the cage lightweight champion. Bobby had started his MMA career back in 2008 and fought for organizations such as Strikeforce. He signed to the UFC in 2013 and was able to win his debut match. But Bobby had some other moments that made some fans wonder. Green was set to face James Krause at UFC Fight Night 31. The fight ended when Green kicked Krause in the groin twice, causing Krause to retreat. Even after he had done this several times, he continued to do it more. Eventually, he was deducted points for it. The deduction still didn't stop him. Green then landed a blow to Krause's belt line. This caused him to fall over. John McCarthy declared it a legal blow and gave Green the victory due to a TKO. Number 9, Gerard Gordo. Gerard was also another dirty
Yeah, that's kind of dirty, bro. He kicking dudes on their nuts on purpose multiple times.
Fighter from back in the day.
Chill.
So it caused much trouble in the octagon, and most certainly not in a good way. Gerard was known for always trying to hurt his opponents while they were down. A great example of this would be when he repeatedly eye-poked one of his opponents. Gerard would fight Yuki Nakai. Gerard had poked Yuki's eye so much that he was confirmed to be permanently blind from that eye. Even though Gerard found a way to cheat and was still able to not get penalized, did not change the outcome of the fight. Yuki was still able to defeat Gerard via submission. He had even attacked Royce Gracie, who had also been known for training BJ Penn. While Gerard was under Gracie's mount, he had even bit Gracie's ear many times. I wonder where he would have seen that. He had fought a kickboxing champion by the name of Kevin Rosier. He had pushed Rosier to the mat and launched knee strikes and elbow strikes while he was down, and then finished Kevin with 2 stomps to the liver. Number 8, Rob Emerson.
Is that dirty? You're not supposed to stomp him in the liver? You could sock dudes in the liver.
By the name of Kevin Rosier. He had pushed Rosier to the mat and launched knee strikes and elbow strikes while he was down.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then finished Kevin with 2 stomps to the liver.
Yeah, that looked
Number
like
8,
that was...
Rob Emerson. Rob is known for many disrespectful remarks against fighters and judges. But that's not the only thing. Rob Emerson was in the Ultimate Fighter 5 when he faced Nate Diaz and had lost. Eventually, Rob would go on and fight in the UFC, but also was taking part in other activities. Emerson was arrested for being part of the Lords of South Country, a gang operating in Orange County. However, this gang is not your typical biker gang or drug ring. The Lords of South Country is an association of privileged kids who during their spare time entertain themselves by assaulting innocent people. Keep it in the cage, Rob. He only had about 6 fights until he was let go from the organization and was to fight in Bellator. Number 7, Michael Bisping. Even though Bisping was
Wait, so what was dirty? What did he do that was dirty?
For many disrespectful remarks against fighters and judges. But that's not the only thing. Rob Emerson was in the Ultimate Fighter 5 when he faced Nate Diaz and had lost. Eventually, Rob would go on and fight in the UFC, but also was taking part in other activities. Emerson was arrested for being part of the Lords of South Country,
I get
a gang
that.
operating in Orange County.
But what did he do that was dirty,
this
though?
gang is not your typical biker gang or drug ring. The Lords of South Country is an association of privileged kids who during their spare time entertain themselves by assaulting innocent people.
I get that. They
Keeping him in
trash.
cage rob. He only had about 6 fights until he was let go from the organization and was to fight in Bellator. Number 7, Michael Bisping. Even though Bisping was a legend in the octagon, he did have his fair share of moments where he would show another side to him. Michael had a very impressive win over Jorge Rivera at UFC 127. This all happened because Bisping had thrown an illegal knee, which had caused the whole momentum of the fight to change. He had even gone for some eye pokes as well. Now, I'm not trying to generalize Michael because of his actions, but this definitely helped me make my mind up. After his fight against Jorge, he walked up to the cornerman and proceeded to spit on him. Even after his win against Luke Rockhold, made him notorious for his really bad sportsmanship. There was a huge feud between Luke and Michael, but while Michael had beaten Luke, he did not end in the most respectful way possible. Keith Hackney. This man is the king of ruptured testicles. Keith is specifically known for his fascination with attacking the groin during his
I told you somebody
Keith
gonna be grabbing
UFC
balls.
3 and 4 and was notorious for his groin strikes. He was even known for his fight against Joe Sutton in UFC 4. Keith had 2 fights that night. One fight against Joe and one against Royce Gracie. Anyways, Keith had thrown so many groin shots till he was able to dismantle Joe and then would eventually beat him via blood choke in the first round.
Come on,
Joe
bruh.
had Keith in the headlock, but Keith was able to slip out of it due to the horrendous groin shots Joe had been
he is... Yo.
Doesn't just watching this make you guys want to wince just a little bit?
Yes.
Man, I feel so bad for Joe right now. Number 5, Jon Jones. Everyone knows of Jon Jones and his checkered past. Jon has been ridiculed by the MMA community for his irresponsible actions outside of the octagon. He had had a hit and run and was exposed for the use of cocaine and had even tested positive for turinabol, an anabolic steroid. But it wasn't just the outside of the octagon that showed his true character. It was also his actions inside the octagon when he came toe-to-toe with his opponents. Since he has long arms, he was able to keep
my boy Jon Jones was hyped up. All right, let me stop.
Opponents away from the distance. And whenever opponents had gotten a little too close, he would be able to do his signature eye poke. Jones is known for his intentional eye pokes and has never been penalized.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Gustafsson, Cormier, Shogun, and even Rampage Jackson. But this isn't the only dirty move by the former light heavyweight champion. Jon was also known for his notorious oblique kicks. These kicks are so dirty that if it is able to be done correctly, it could potentially be career-ending. There is even footage where Jones has practiced this and has used it in his fights. Jones has even thrown a couple of knees in the groin of his opponents, causing
that looks like it can low-key snap somebody's leg back and it might break something.
So even though he's a champion, he also has a lot of nasty moves up his sleeve. Anyways, on the next one.
Jon Jones don't give a f about
Czech
none
Congo.
of that.
Czech Congo, or also known as Mr. Cup, definitely had his fair share of dirty moves. When Czech was ever in a clinch or a pretty hard situation to get out of, he had always had a method in order to weaken his opponents. And it wasn't the best ones. This is all because of Czech always kneeing his opponents in the groin repeatedly till the fighters had given up. He had done this to many fighters such as Travis Brown, Paul Buentello, Mustafa Al-Turk, and even Mirko Krokop. He had repeatedly kneed Mirko over and over at UFC 75 and wasn't even deducted any points for it.
Come on, bro.
He was also caught because of his many attempts to pull down his opponent's shorts during their fights. I don't know about y'all. Doesn't matter what the intentions are, never pull down another fighter's shorts at all,
what you doing?
especially in a fight. He had done this in Bellator 115 against Vitaly Minikov. Number 3, Mike Kyle. Mike Kyle was almost about to be submitted by Wes Sims till he had bitten Sims on the lower area of his chest, causing him to let go.
He bit this nigga titty. Okay,
Mike Kyle is definitely top 5 on the list for the most disrespectful fighters out there. His remark after the fight was, "He's a dirty 2."
There's a mark on his chest where it looks like you bit him.
He's a dirty bastard anyways. Come on. All the shit he's done.
Upon hearing this, the crowd began to boo even louder. Mike also had another fight where he had legally kicked his opponent, Brian Olsen. Brian was on top of Mike and was trying to get his backside till he slipped off, allowing Mike to stand up. When Mike had stood up, he had immediately soccer kicked Brian in the head, causing him to go unconscious. When the ref had seen this, he had immediately gone in between them both to break it up. Mike was still throwing punches at Brian while he was out.
Tripping.
It took multiple referees in order to pull Mike off Brian.
Bruh.
He was released from the organization because of this.
Yeah.
He had another fight where he had repeatedly kneed Krzysztof Szynski in his groin multiple times, so Krzysztof had released and evaded Mike. After the referee had broke it up, Mike had done an obvious eye poke right after. For a second, which is pretty unfair because Krzysztof was doing a pretty good job against Mike. Anyways, on to the next one. Number 2, Uzuma Palares. This fighter was known for his method of not letting go of submissions even when his opponent had been tapping. He is known as the undisputed king of dirtiest fighters. Uzumar is known for his excellent skill in the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. His grappling methods have even been known for dismantling many MMA fighters. He had started training at a very young age and had placed second at the Abu Dhabi Combat Club. At UFC 111, he had beaten Tomaz Drawal by a heel hook submission. He had cranked the submission until Tommaso repeatedly tapped while Uzuma had still decided to hold on. Because of this, he had received a 9-month suspension. Even after this very long suspension, Uzuma had still not learned his lesson. Whenever Uzuma had been caught red-handed and being guilty of this, he had been always known for playing the victim.
He did hold it a little too long. It's not like he's over. It doesn't look like he's overdoing it though.
What he had done.
Yeah, look.
Not learned his lesson. Whenever Uzuma had been caught red-handed and being guilty of this, he
held it for an additional
like victim card
4
rather than
seconds.
accepting what he had done. He had even went on to submit Jon Fitch and was able to get the submission, but still did not let go even when Jon had tapped. This ensured that his time in the UFC would not be a long one at all. He ended his career by fighting in other MMA promotions, but none as big and promotional as the UFC. Number 1, Gilbert Eibal, or I guess you could say Gilbert Eibal. Gilbert Eibal was a Dutch MMA fighter who was known for being one of the dirtiest fighters to ever step foot in the fighting world. He had over 50 professional fights and
I got something I want to say, but I'll say it at the end of the
has
video.
had 3 disqualifications. Gilbert was known for his bad temper
Hopefully I don't
and his
forget.
terrible sportsmanship against Karimula Barkalea. Eibal was immediately disqualified for putting bite marks on his chest. Eibal probably bit Karimula about 2 to 3 times. Eibal was barely in the UFC too.
Sheesh.
He had only had 3 fights until he lost all of them and was released from his contract with the organization. In 2001, he was put in a fighting match against former UFC fighter Don Frye. Eibal was caught many times raking his fingers in the eyes of Don in order to stop himself from getting taken down. He would even poke his eyes with his thumbs. He was immediately disqualified from the match, but was labeled for the loss due to holding onto the ropes. Eibal had another match in 2004 against At Beckman. Both of the fighters were in a clinch position and were about to fall over the ropes, till Eibal started swatting the hands of the ref in order for the fighters to resume with the fight. Eventually, Eibal had sucker punched the ref and had kicked him while he was down. He was later on declined many opportunities to fighting because of his behavior.
Yeah, you tripping, bro.
All right,
great video. Thank you guys so much for requesting it. All right, I didn't forget what I wanted to say. This is something I got to say really quick. These dudes that are dirty fighters, let's keep it all the way a stack. If you a fighter, you got to be a little off top, though. Really think about that. If you love to fight and hurt other people like that, you have to be a little off, bro. I'm not saying, like, there's anything wrong with it. No, I used to box growing up. But I just know to tap into that mentality, you have to be a little off. You like to hurt others. You don't give a fuck about hurting others. You feel me? I mean, y'all know I'm a little off. It is what it is. But that's what I'm saying. You got to be a little off to be in that type of sport. So with that being said, these dudes that are dirty fighters, they're just a little bit more off. Because they dirty. They're like, oh, come on. You feel me? But anyway, shout out to the gang. I will see y'all next time. Peace.